Hello Internet, and welcome back to the Paul Powers Show Top 10 Most Disturbing Anime List. If you wound up here by mistake, here's a link back to Part 1, which you should definitely check out first. Also, a quick reminder, some of the stuff in this video is pretty graphic, so, viewer discretion and all that crap. Alright then, without any further delay, let's pick it back up with number 5, Paranoia Agent. A number of people in Japan are attacked by a young boy on rollerblades with a baseball bat. Now the weird thing about this is that the police can't seem to find any leads on the kid, and for some reason it seems like everyone he assaults actually winds up better off after the attack. Their lives actually somehow get better as a result of it. Now rumors start to circulate and they say he comes for those who are desperate. As the series progresses, we start to wonder if this is just some juvenile delinquent or whether he's some kind of paranormal monster, or if, in fact, he's even real at all. Add to this themes of insanity, suicide, parental voyeurism, and the cute but inexplicably creepy Maromi, and it's basically the anime equivalent of a David Lynch film. Except, actually good. Number 4, Another. Meet Koichi, the new transfer student at Yomiyama North Middle School. Now, meet Mei, his super creepy classmate that for some reason the rest of the class completely refuses to acknowledge the existence of. They just act like she's not even there. All of them. All the time. As if that wasn't creepy enough, it turns out this class is also cursed, and that members of the class keep having these really sudden and brutal fatal accidents that make Final Destination look like Looney Tunes. Also, there's some creepy fucking dolls. Another is basically a straight-up horror series, but it's actually so well done. Don't be surprised if you find yourself awake at night, just staring at the ceiling, listening to the sound of your own breathing. But hey, you are breathing at least, right? Number 3, Chiki. Chiki is a show about vampires, but not like the sexy kind that dress in black velvet and seduce young girls with thinly veiled sexual innuendo. No, these are actual vampires, as in blood-sucking animated corpses that prey on living human beings. What makes this series unique, though, is that instead of just playing vampires up as the monsters, we actually see this constant struggle for survival for both humans and the vampires. This series basically asks the question, what would you do to assure the survival of your species? Then it turns around and answers with a lot of pretty fucked up shit, apparently. At times, you have to question who the real monsters are, the predators or their so-called prey. Number 2, Higurashi no Naku When They Cry. Remember how I said what made Corpse Party so disturbing was the fact that they were kids? Well, check out these adorable little moe bastards. Now, to put things in perspective, this is the very first scene of the series. But then the rest of the episode is pretty much la-di-da, having fun in an after-school game club. But over the course of the next few episodes, things steadily go downhill, until by the end of the 4th episode, most of the main cast is either dead or dying. Then, at the start of the 5th episode, everything is inexplicably back to normal. What the hell? But sure enough, insanity and violence creep in over the next 4 episodes, and things go to shit in a completely different way. This keeps happening over and over again, until by the end of the show, you wind up chowing down on Zoloft like it's candy and silently whispering to yourself, it's going to be okay this time. It's going to turn out right this time. But it's not. Now, before we get to my number 1 entry, I'd like to give some honorable mentions to a few runners-up. Now, these series all had some really disturbing moments, but their overall theme wasn't quite disturbing enough to make the cut. And so, in no particular order, Death Note, Attack on Titan, Dead Man Wonderland, Knights of Sidonia, Parasite the Maxim, Death Parade, and Tokyo Ghoul. And so here we are, the number one most disturbing anime I've ever watched, Elfin Lead. Lucy is a Diclonius, a very human-looking creature, but with horns that frankly look like cat ears, and the ability to murder the shit out of everything with her gigantic, invisible, psychic arms. Kauta and Yuka are two normal teenagers that have the misfortune of taking her in after she escapes a secret government facility. There's a reason why, after all these years, Elfin Lead is still the top of my list of disturbing ass shit I've watched. Everything that's terrible about humanity is on display here. Prejudice, alienation, unethical experimentation, revenge, corrupt government, betrayal, abuse, and when I say abuse, I mean physical, emotional, and yes, sexual. The violence is comparable to Gantz or even Corpse Party, but it's a lot more visceral since death isn't necessarily automatic. Several characters are actually forced to live with handicaps after losing limbs in combat with this pink-haired monster. But like Chiki, Elfin Lead makes you question who's really worse, the so-called monster or the supposedly normal humans who made her what she is. If you could watch this series without experiencing at least a minor existential crisis, you, my friend, have no soul. And there you have it, the 10 most dark, depraved, and psychologically damaging anime series I've ever seen. Thanks for watching, and let me just remind you one last time that if you like this list, you should totally think about subscribing to my channel. Just saying. Of course, comments are also welcome as well, so let me know your thoughts. And until next time, good night, Internet.